Welcome, dear listeners, to History with Herodotus, where we embark on a journey through the labyrinth of time, unraveling the mysteries of civilizations past. Today, we find ourselves in the ancient city of Ujjain, a place of profound spiritual significance and intellectual curiosity. As we delve into the origins of this magnificent city, let us first set the stage for our exploration. Ancient Ujjain, situated on the banks of the serene Shipra River, was a beacon of learning and culture that shone brightly in the heart of India. The city's strategic location, nestled in the Malwa region of modern-day Madhya Pradesh, made it an attractive hub for trade, commerce, and intellectual pursuits. As we explore the earliest history of ancient Ujjain, we find that its emergence was a gradual process, shaped by the confluence of various cultures, traditions, and ideas. Our journey begins around 1500 BCE, when the Indo-Aryans arrived in the region, bringing with them their distinctive language, culture, and customs. These early settlers were drawn to the fertile plains and rolling hills surrounding the Shipra River, which provided a reliable source of water and sustenance for their agricultural endeavors. As the city began to take shape, it became an important center for the Indo-Aryan civilization, with its inhabitants developing a rich spiritual and cultural heritage. One of the earliest recorded mentions of Ujjain can be found in the ancient Hindu text, the Mahabharata, which describes the city as a sacred place where the gods themselves once walked among mortals. The city's association with the mythological figure of Lord Krishna, who is said to have spent time in Ujjain, adds to its spiritual significance and reinforces its reputation as a hub of intellectual and cultural inquiry. As we move forward in time, around 500 BCE, we find that Ujjain was an important urban center during the reign of the Mauryan Empire, which lasted from 322 to 185 BCE. During this period, the city underwent significant transformations, with the construction of grand monuments, roads, and public buildings that reflected its growing prosperity. The Mauryan rulers, particularly Emperor Ashoka, played a crucial role in shaping Ujjain's early history, as they encouraged the development of trade, commerce, and intellectual pursuits. The arrival of the Greeks, under the leadership of Alexander the Great, around 327 BCE, introduced new ideas and influences that further shaped the city's development. The subsequent rule of the Shunga dynasty, which lasted from 185 to 73 BCE, saw a resurgence in the city's cultural and intellectual activities, with the establishment of renowned universities and libraries. One notable figure who contributed significantly to Ujjain's early history is the famous astronomer and mathematician Aryabhata, who lived during the reign of the Gupta Empire, around 400 CE. Aryabhata's groundbreaking work on astronomy, including his calculation of pi and determination of the solar year, cemented Ujjain's reputation as a center of intellectual excellence. As we explore the earliest history of ancient Ujjain, we begin to appreciate the complex tapestry of cultures, traditions, and ideas that shaped this magnificent city. From the early settlers who arrived on the banks of the Shipra River to the scholars and philosophers who flocked to its universities, ancient Ujjain was a place where knowledge, spirituality, and culture converged. And it is here, dear listeners, that we shall pause, for our next segment will transport us to the pinnacle of ancient Ujjain's glory, an era marked by unparalleled cultural and intellectual achievements, where the city's reputation as a beacon of learning and spirituality reached its zenith. Join me as we step into the resplendent era of ancient Ujjain's most notable accomplishments, where the boundaries of human knowledge were pushed to their limits, and the very fabric of civilization was forever transformed. Welcome back to History with Herodotus, as we continue our journey through the annals of time, unraveling the mysteries of ancient Ujjain's most resplendent era. As we left off in our previous segment, we were on the cusp of exploring the pinnacle of this magnificent city's glory, an era marked by unparalleled cultural and intellectual achievements. During the Gupta Empire, which lasted from 320 to 550 CE, ancient Ujjain reached the zenith of its reputation as a beacon of learning and spirituality. This period, often referred to as the Golden Age of India, saw a resurgence in the city's cultural and intellectual activities, with the establishment of renowned universities, libraries, and observatories. The Gupta rulers, particularly Emperor Chandragupta II, played a crucial role in shaping Ujjain's development, as they encouraged the development of trade, commerce, and intellectual pursuits. One of the most notable achievements of this era was the work of the famous astronomer and mathematician Aryabhata, who lived during the reign of the Gupta Empire. His groundbreaking work on astronomy, including his calculation of pi and determination of the solar year, cemented Ujjain's reputation as a center of intellectual excellence. The city became a hub for scholars and philosophers from all over India, who flocked to its universities to study the works of Aryabhata and other renowned scholars. The University of Ujjain, established during this period, was one of the oldest and most prestigious institutions of higher learning in ancient India. It attracted students from all over the world, including China, Greece, and Persia, who came to study subjects such as astronomy, mathematics, medicine, and philosophy. The university's library was renowned for its vast collection of manuscripts and texts, which included works on astrology, architecture, and engineering. Another notable achievement of this era was the development of the city's infrastructure. The Gupta rulers invested heavily in the construction of grand monuments, roads, and public buildings, which reflected the city's growing prosperity. The city's famous Mahakaleshwar temple, dedicated to Lord Shiva, was built during this period and became a major center of pilgrimage for devotees from all over India. The arts also flourished during this era, with the development of new forms of music, dance, and theater. The city became a hub for poets, writers, and musicians who came to showcase their talents in the royal court. The famous Indian poet Kalidasa, who lived during the Gupta Empire, is said to have written some of his most famous works in Ujjain. As we explore this resplendent era of ancient Ujjain's history, we begin to appreciate the city's profound impact on the development of Indian culture and civilization. From the scholars and philosophers who pushed the boundaries of human knowledge to the artists and musicians who created new forms of expression, ancient Ujjain was a place where creativity, innovation, and intellectual curiosity converged. And it is here, dear listeners, that we shall pause, for our next segment will transport us to the final chapter of ancient Ujjain's story, an era marked by decline, transformation, and lasting legacy. Join me as we step into the twilight of this magnificent city's history, where the echoes of its former glory continue to resonate through the ages, shaping the course of Indian civilization forever. Welcome back to History with Herodotus, as we conclude our journey through the annals of time, unraveling the mysteries of ancient Ujjain's final chapter. As we left off in our previous segment, we were on the cusp of exploring the era marked by decline, transformation, and lasting legacy. The decline of ancient Ujjain began with the collapse of the Gupta Empire in the 6th century CE. The city was subsequently invaded by various dynasties, including the Huns, the Pushyabhutis, and the Rashtrakutas. Each invasion left its mark on the city, leading to a gradual decline in its cultural and intellectual significance. Despite this decline, ancient Ujjain continued to be an important center of pilgrimage and learning. The city's famous Mahakaleshwar temple, dedicated to Lord Shiva, remained a major draw for devotees from all over India. The temple's priests and scholars continued to preserve and transmit the city's rich cultural heritage, including its ancient traditions of astronomy, mathematics, and philosophy. One of the most notable examples of ancient Ujjain's lasting legacy is the work of the Indian mathematician and astronomer Brahmagupta, who lived in the 7th century CE. Born in Ujjain, Brahmagupta went on to make significant contributions to the fields of mathematics and astronomy, including the development of the concept of zero and the calculation of the solar year. The city's decline also led to a transformation in its cultural landscape, as the old order gave way to new dynasties and empires. Ancient Ujjain began to absorb influences from other parts of India and beyond. The city's artisans, craftsmen, and musicians adapted to these changes, creating new forms of art, architecture, and music that reflected the evolving cultural tastes of the time. Today, as we look back on the legacy of ancient Ujjain, we are reminded of the city's profound impact on the development of Indian culture and civilization. From the scholars and philosophers who pushed the boundaries of human knowledge to the artists and musicians who created new forms of expression, ancient Ujjain was a place where creativity, innovation, and intellectual curiosity converged. As we conclude our journey through the annals of time, we are left with a sense of awe and wonder at the achievements of this magnificent city. Ancient Ujjain may be gone, but its legacy lives on, shaping the course of Indian civilization forever. The city's story serves as a testament to the power of human ingenuity, creativity, and perseverance, reminding us that even in decline and transformation, there lies the potential for growth, renewal, and lasting impact. And so, dear listeners, our journey through the history of ancient Ujjain comes full circle. We've explored the city's early beginnings, its rise to prominence as a center of learning and culture, and its eventual decline and transformation. As we bid farewell to this magnificent city, we carry with us the memories of its achievements, its people, and its lasting legacy. Join me next time on History with Herodotus, as we embark on a new journey through the annals of time, uncovering the secrets and stories of another fascinating civilization. That's all for today's History with Herodotus. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, remember that to understand the present, we must first understand the past.